Hello MPs, this is a British citizen, one of your electorate. I just want to express my sincere gratitude. I'm in awe. I've had a complete turnaround recently because you've shown me the light, as it were. My own experience of a universal light being, it can just be ignored, as part of my madness being a pleb. There's no such thing as universal law. I realise now it's all of you MPs. You're my natural superiors. It's your laws that I need to uphold. And, people like me, we're just weakened by our compassion because we're plebs. But, now I'm in awe by your total lack of empathy and compassion for the common people. I mean, we're not even human, really. We the people, we don't need human rights. We've just stock for the corporation to use and discard on 0-hour contracts. We're just numbers to put an X on a piece of paper so you can park your bum on a green seat and keep it there while Britain commits war crimes in the Middle East. It's only common stock, like me, who lose sleep and can't eat or smile when we hear about the impacts of depleted uranium in Iraq. But, I'm going to try really hard to follow your example and just ignore stuff like children's rights to justice. Fair play to paedophiles. I think you're exactly right. Your secret family courts are wonderful. And, really, and there are no paedo sadists employed in every London authority and every authority in Britain. Really paedophilia, it shouldn't even be a crime, should it? It's just a different sexual orientation. I know now it's just us poor people who use cannabis who are criminals, like the bankers. But yeah, they are too big to prosecute. Of course they are. I mean, now they've lost all the money through fraud and theft. We, the stock, we can pay their unrepayable debt with unrepayable interest, can't we? And you lot, you can just keep borrowing even more money off them to pay for privatised childcare corporations to give them 200,000 a year for each child in their care, because that's what corporations need, innit? Parents can just work on for 15 or 20,000 pound a year, and you can just make lots of savings by cutting funds to the NHS and make each NHS worker do the job of 5 people, or you can chop it up and sell it off to different global corporations, and then you can borrow even more money to pay the global corporation in subsidies and tax breaks. And well, naturally they are going to have to, the privatised corporations running our NHS, they are going to have to make a few cuts, aren't they? I mean, maybe they'll stop providing things like contraceptives and abortions like they're doing in America now. I mean, maybe that's something you all need to think about as an idea for saving money. But that's what's so amazing about you lot. You can just ignore whole chunks of social reality, and you can make your policies, and like, you're going to deny women working tax credit for a 3rd child, and there's no such thing as unplanned pregnancy, is there? There's no such thing as contraceptive failure. British women, they're not going to be forced to be making a choice about having an abortion, are they? And well, yeah, probably they won't be able to get one on the NHS, so maybe they'll just make the kids that they've got not buy them any shoes or clothes for a couple of months while they pay for the family abortion, because really they shouldn't even be having those children. And it's only compassion that stops us from keeps us down, stops us from being like you. I mean, I did used to be disgusted that none of you walked out. You all just sat there while the sick and disabled got driven to early death or suicide through loss of benefits. I mean, no, you're not. I understand now, that's what makes you strong and superior. That's why you could all just chuck compassion in the bin as you walk through Parliament doors to park your bum on a green bench. You know, I do understand that now. And I really hope that this year, you know, you all do vote again to give yourselves yet another wage rise. I mean, at least I'm comforted that none of you are going to be homeless, you know, and you all deserve a second home. I mean, maybe you should vote to give yourselves a third home as well, because, you know, us stock, the plebs, we're more than happy to lose our homes and being left barely able to afford living in one room. We love the 0-hour contracts and, you know, being left with no wage for a couple of days or weeks. And it gives people like me now a sense of pride to know that I'm struggling and suffering to help the corporate bankers and the global corporations. And, you know, I just can see it in British children's faces. They're really looking forward to growing up and having the opportunity to work in a factory prison to pay off the criminal bank's criminal debt. And I mean, that is what is so wonderful about you MPs. You just don't care about anyone but yourselves or rich people. And, you know, I understand that now. That's how it's supposed to be. I mean, it's just amazing, really, how you've managed to completely reverse everything men like my grandfather gave his life for, everything the war survivors voted for. It's fantastic. I mean, we're back to Victorian Britain, but with 21st century technology. I mean, yeah, probably there's going to be grumblers, you know, like the Luddites. But, you know, you're so smart, you guys. You're so smart. I've noticed you've got a global corporate military army here ready to, you know, stamp on us plebs if we start getting annoyed about losing our human rights. But what can I say? You're all just so incredible, and that's what makes you all so special and important. And yeah, you're making Britain great again. Thanks. Huge thanks to all of you.